Well, hello, how are you? How have you been? It has been quite a long time since I've made a video. And I thought I had more videos in my folder of backup videos that I needed to edit through and post, but I didn't. So I'm here today on the 4th of July to bring you teardowns, hauls, everything of the sort. And some other things that I don't normally do. So today we're going to be tearing down an MSI Armor RX 580? Jeez, I don't even remember. Yes, an RX 584 gig. So, we'll get right into that. You will need, at the very least, regular Phillips head for any reason. Sometimes these screws right here on the fans are too big for your small Phillips head, which you also need. Then, this is just my little small kit of bits here. You probably won't need any of these. If you're looking to take the shroud off, you need a hex 5 screw bit, I believe. I believe that's how I say it. So, wasting no time, we're going to get onto the back. For your information, your fan header is right here. You can actually see it on this model of the card. Some cards you can't. Yada yada yada. Just so you know, it's right there. Be careful. First, we will need to take off all these screws. And these ones you want to take off in a loosening them in a diagonal pattern. So that way you're alleviating pressure off of your die. You don't want to crack or chip your die or anything like that. Sometimes that can kill a card, just so you know. So we'll go ahead and do that right now. Yeah, it's been quite some time since I've chatted with you guys. Life's been rough, man. Life's been rough. Just so you're also aware, you should probably have a way to sort your screws, label them, maybe have a magnetic marker board. I believe iFixit sells them. Very lovely things. I don't have one personally. I should get one, but whenever I get a job again, which we'll get right into. So, last time I talked, I got a new job, and I did actually quit my old job and work the new job, and it was alright for a while. You know, it wasn't glamorous. I went in at 2:30 and I left at 11, and it was about 40 minutes from my house. So I was getting home at like 12 at night, which wasn't ideal, but whatever, you know, it's a job. It was in my field. I was a warranty technician. And I worked for this company. I can't say what company, because I really don't want to start crap like that. So I worked for this company, and I slowly began to realize this isn't a job I want. Moving on here for a hot minute. We'll pause that story. So now what you're going to do... Oh, geez. These two screws are for this heatsink, apparently. I'm doing all these blind now. So whatever I screw up on, you'll learn from. These cards are all dead, by the way. All the cards I'm doing today, at least. So sometimes the thermal paste can get stuck between the PCB and the cooler, so you may need to do a little wiggle. Just be gentle. There you go. That came off pretty easily. Now we need to take off our fan header here. Sometimes it'll come out like that. Sometimes you need a very thin pair of tweezers. I don't have mine on me. I didn't think I was going to need them, so I didn't think to put them in the video. Dang it me. But I've never opened this card up. So sometimes you can get them out with some tweezers. You have to be very careful. You strip one of these cables, you break one of the wires or something, unless you were really good at soldering, clipping wires, depinning these, your cooler, you're gonna have to get a whole different cooler. Or a whole different card in some cases. So you need to be very gentle with that. I actually had an incident a long time ago when I was first tearing apart an FX 4800, a Quadro. And I had never been able to take it apart before. There was no teardown guides on the internet, nothing. That's why I decided to make mine. And I ended up cutting the cable to the S video on one of my 4800s. And I have another one that has S video, so if I ever need to use S video for some stupid reason, which I really doubt I ever would, then I will have that card. But just goes to show you, be careful when you tear down your card. Just treat it gently. You don't have to treat it like it's a baby, but you do have to be gentle with it. Actually, no, treat it like it's your kid. So now this is torn down, except for this, which I always love to do because it angers some people apparently. I don't know who, but I've been told, why do you do that? And it's because, well, I can. So I gotta take these off. First off, to get this plate off. Oh yeah, my job, right. Basically, my contract ended and they didn't give me a permanent position. I'll go more into it probably in haul or something like that. Or more into it in these teardowns. You also have to remove these screws right here. Just regular small Phillips head, nothing special. And then there's one more screw right here that you need to take off. Usually, yeah, see, this, oh geez, that's a very weird angle. This doesn't fit. So that's why sometimes you need this is my comically sized, oversized Phillips head, but sometimes you need a bigger Phillips head to take those out. That plate's off. So if you needed to take that plate off for some reason, it was bent or broken or whatever, there you go. Moving on to this cooler. If you needed to take these plastic decals off, I believe there's a way. No, there isn't. Okay, well, I know the way you take the cooler off from the fans. You have to, first off, well, actually, no. All you have to do for the shroud off the cooler is take off these screws. Come on, let me see if I can angle the fan here. There's one here. Let me do that for you. Because I believe, yeah, I don't believe that. Oh, maybe. Let's find out. As I said, this card's dead, so it's not like it's gonna hurt anything if I break something. Which is a sad case because I got this card for free and I was super excited and I was going to replace my 970 with it. And yeah, that plan went out the window pretty fast. Still using a 970 these days to edit, so. It also helps to have a magnetic screwdriver for some of these things because some of these screws can get lost or jumbled or whatever. These are naturally not magnetic, but I did pick up a magnetizer. Lovely little tool, highly recommend it if you can get it at a local Home Depot or probably hardware store or something. I see. So, another thing you need to be careful for, when you take this shroud off, these cables, right here, are routed into the cooler, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life, but hey. What the actual hell? Oh. That is the strangest kind of cooler mount I've probably ever seen in my entire life. So on this cooler, hey guys, Future Kevin here. So I'm gonna put this in the middle of that teardown, of course, but I go into taking these off in order to like get your fans off from your cooler. Anyways, don't do it. Whatever you do, don't do it. Huge pain in the butt to get back on. They're like sort of friction mounted, but at the same time they're not. If you do this, there's a high chance you will hurt this cooler. you will hurt your cable or something of that nature. Please don't. Just do the normal thing. If you have to do the other end, just take those parts off, dust out here, and that will be good enough for you. Don't take these little studs off the cooler. If you do, there's little grooves here where they go into, and you do have to give quite a bit of force to get some of these mounted, and ignore these screws next to them. Like, there's little holes next to them. I'm guessing for different revisions, like the 8 gig probably has them on the other side for some reason or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, just a little PSA here. Don't do it. Have a great day and enjoy the rest of the video. Right here. Right here and here. Can't really see it, sorry. Here. And here. And here, there's screws. And in order to get the cables out, you need to take off these screws. I will do for you. You know, I honestly thought this card was going to be not this complicated, but you know, sometimes these simple teardowns turn into something a bit more complicated. You can push the cable out of the way a little bit. It's not going to hurt anything. Right. This one's a tricky one. Yep. That's how you get your cooler. That is the weirdest design I've ever seen. Huh. Well, that's how you... I'm not going to take the fans off. I never do, usually, because there's no point. If you need to take the fans off, there are 3 screws on each of these fans. One right here. One right there. One right there. One right there. It's the same over here. One right there. Sorry. One right there. And one right there. So that's where those go. Oh, you can actually take these off now because they're not actually cooler. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's it for this. I'm now going to put this card back together, move on to the next card, and I'll see you in a hot minute. This took a lot longer than I thought, and this was a lot more complicated of a card, I thought. So I'm glad I did a teardown of it. So now you know. I'll see you guys in the next one, and see you in a couple minutes.